The things I like to shoot always evolve around human subjects, around human emotions. A walkabout is a very leisurely thing to do with a camera, and I think it helps you really to discover your equipment. I started in the morning where the light in Singapore is usually the best. Because of the angulation of the light, there's usually a lot of interesting light and shadow moments that will pop out. When you do a walk like this, there's no pressure to perform. There's no pressure to take the perfect shot. For a digital camera like Fujifilm's, you can also take your time to discover the menu settings, really thoroughly understand what the functions can be used for. Every camera model actually has a different response time. From the moment you press the trigger to the moment it actually takes the picture. And I think it's very important that you understand your piece of equipment so that you can work it to its maximum. Today I've also come to visit my friend in her studio.
It's SVA, the school that I went to. The school that I went to was the same school as Keith Haring, course, and then now James Jean. I think James Jean is quite big nowadays. The school stands for a lot of things, like they always tell us not to conform. Actually, the first thing my lecturer told me was to throw everything out of the window. Yeah, because he said that you can't be creative again if you are always going to work with preconceived notions. And it was actually a difficult thing to throw everything out of the window, you know. I have to consciously remind myself that I'm doing the same thing before. I've done this before, I need to do something different. So that was the biggest thing, you know. When I came back, I realized that all the art studios are copying art. But when I went there, they were like, basically, do not copy. Right? So when I came back, it was really a reverse culture shock.
Yeah. Why do you decide to study fine art, please?
Because I think it's the best thing that has happened to me. As in, like, art has been such an outlet that I could hide behind. Like, academic subjects were not the best, but because I had art, it kind of sustained me through all my other academic pursuits.
When I went from journalism to photography, it was as if I was going from a disaster to a celebration, from a funeral to a wedding. I'm no longer talking about problems and issues. So I just want to celebrate the small moments, the everyday moments, the very, very simple things. I think that's my base in photography, to appreciate life through the camera. I really want to share what I see in camera to others and hope that the joy can be transferred within the pictures. Fujifilm has a lot of film simulations. From the time I started using it to what it is now, there has been, I think, at least 3 or 4 additional film simulations. Me being rather nostalgic as a person, I really love the Astia and Provia film simulations. When I first started photography, that's what I loaded into the camera, and that's what I received from the developer's shop. And those colors really resonate with me. Also, because I think Astia and Provia are so good for the face. They are so good for skin tone. It really translates beautifully the texture of the skin. So these are my top 2 film simulations. So I think with photography, you really rediscover yourself. Every decision to take a picture or to frame a picture, you question yourself what you are doing. Also, when you take pictures of people, there are a lot of ethics involved, and you're constantly asking yourself, like, how to interact with a person, what is the right thing to say, and how to project what you are feeling into a frame. The next step would be to project your emotions into the camera, and a lot of it actually is in your framing, where you stand, of course the moment that you click the shutter as well. So I would say photography is a really intangible medium of art. If you haven't realized it yet, it's because you haven't gone past the technicalities of the camera. But once you do, I think that's when your photography goes up to the next level. Then you can see it as a true form of expression for yourself.